Welcome to Music Monday. Music Monday it is, and today we got a deep cut. Tune I wrote called Rain. So let's just dive right in. What is rain about? All right, let's see. Rain is really about the fragility of relationships, and that can be either family dynamic relationships, which is really where I got the whole idea to write this song, is based on some family dynamics that I had going on with my brother and my dad. It can be personal relationships, and then the last verse, it can be more of a work related or career related relationships. The whole theme of this song is really don't let anger and disappointment, negativity, ego, whatever it is, get in the way and rain down on that disappointment, rain down on your fire and put it out. You got to keep your dream alive. You got to keep the faith, and you got to keep pushing on the best you can. So, that's really what this is about. Without getting too heavy into it, I will tell you the whole idea came from the first verse, where I had a brother and a father who just bumped heads the whole way, their whole lives. And it's like that line that says, two bull is built a ring for bulls to collide. And they did a lot. Unfortunately, I think a lot of that kind of stuff can get carried down to the very end when it's too late to make amends or apologize, and then you run out of time, and you don't want that to happen. Second verse, more of a relationship situation, that doesn't work out. And it's like, sometimes it's that fear of doing something or the fear of not doing something kills dreams. The last verse I want to kind of touch on is kind of cool when it says six stone pillars, and that's in reference to the band. I was just thinking about how the dynamic of a band, how you all individually lean on each other to, create this collective artistic vision or song, music, whatever you want to do. It's kind of hard to navigate that. Leaning on each other when lightning strikes, and that's through the good times and the bad times and all the hard work that you have to do to make that happen, and how the compromise and the teamwork and working together as a group and a unit to achieve these things. It's not easy to do. I'm trying to think what it says, six stone pillars, one fragile life, and here again the word fragile, how easy it is for these things to just crumble if you don't really build them from the bottom up. Lean on each other when lightning strikes. If one of them were to crumble, so you take away one pillar. I was really thinking about columns, pillars on the front of like some Greek structure. Like if you took one or two of those down, the whole thing would just come tumbling down. One of them were to crumble, they'd all crash to the ground. Just saying, and I want to stay too positive and say high. That's not in reference to being high. I want to stay too positive, too up, too on the, tuned into the positive side of it, to not let that negativity run what you're doing. All right, guitar players, this is a cool tune. First of all, it's in standard, but you got to take your G string and tune it up to A. So you got two A's, which is kind of weird. I don't even know where I picked this one up. I think I got it from Nancy Wilson and Hart. And I think Dog and Butterflies in this. I think that's kind of where I first saw that tuning. So you take your G, move it up to A, and then it's a little pick and frill on your A string. And you're taking like a C like that, but with that tuning, with that string up, you're just taking that up to the 5th fret, which is really a D. It's played right there, D, and then an A, and that's just not a full A. You're taking your pinky off, so you got your ring on 3 and your middle finger on 4 on the 2nd fret, and then you're kind of picking a roll. It gives you a cool chord, and this is like an E minor, but it's really an E major. When you got that A string up, it takes the minor away. All right, that's what you got. It turns into this jam part, which is in that same D root. And this gets a little more elaborate. I'll play you a piece. So again, if you want to learn how to play these songs, join my Patreon. Chime in, tell me what you want to learn, and I'll show you. But this is kind of how this goes. It's kind of Allman Brothers is. I won't get into the end piece. There's a really cool, you got a B and an A and a G is the tag on each of the verses. So it's a B minor, A, G, and on that G, you're not playing the E string, you're playing your ring finger on the second string, 3rd fret like that. And then that last little part is just, it's a descending half step. So that's like a G flat minor, F, and then back to that E. And then it resolves on A. Beautiful tune. That's what we got in the Skillet tune I wrote called Rain. Like us, follow, by all means share it, and as Paul Harvey would say, now you know the rest of the story, and you certainly do.